Okay, now I'm back live. You should hear me. Okay, new live link. Okay, okay. So I was live, and then I have like 100 mics, and so it was connected to the mic that I use for recording vocals on studio, and so that's why there was no sound. Now, hopefully, you should hear me because now it's connected to the mic that I use for teaching. So we will wait. Hi, Divya, can you hear me? Hi, Fatima, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Yes, it's clear. It is connected to the studio mic, this one. So it's connected on this mic. Oh, you can't see it, but there's a mic up here. So it was connected to the studio mic, and now I've connected it to my actual mic for teaching. Okay, clear. Awesome. Welcome everybody to our live. Hope you're doing good. So we always begin by sharing two things. Number one, we do these lives every Friday. It's been my intention to show up for and connect to the community every Friday. We do one Friday on YouTube and one Friday on Instagram. And every Friday, we have a beautiful group of people who join us and we discuss topics that help us create a beautiful life because life is so beautiful and there's so much of beauty to tap into. So, welcome to our live. And the second thing that we do every live is I ask you to do an activity, which is scan the moments of your day and type in the chat what was the highlight of your day. What was the highlight of your day? Because my whole thing is I want to be able to connect with you guys as human beings, not pest dispenser, press a button, get answers to questions. No, I want to be your friend. I want to connect. I want to say, hi, how's your day first? The person who just immediately starts asking before saying anything, I would really recommend that we put the questions to the side because that's the whole teaching of life is to actually live it. Questions get answered anyway, problems get solved anyway, but if it's so heavy in your consciousness, it's so active in your vortex, that problem is going nowhere. That question will forever and always be there. That's why drop the question for some time, start fresh, be here in the moment, trust that the universe is solving things for you, and say hello, this was the highlight of my day. Let's read that. Okay, so Geeta says it's a blessing to hear your voice being live. It's you're contagious. Thank you. I appreciate that. What was your highlight of the day? Poonam says, "My met my cute naughty nephew today after 6 months. That's amazing, and I'm sure so much of energy would come to the house." Uh, Diana says, "Vibe check was great. I'm glad. Good. Could help a friend achieve a milestone. That's amazing." Highlight of the day was I had my favorite breakfast. That's awesome. Good. Awesome. I'd like to read one more and then we'll get started. So today we are dealing, of course, with questions that were submitted. We have over 50 unanswered questions because every Friday we get like 50 more, and I keep answering as many as I can, but so many are left unanswered. So I want to answer those. Plus, then later we will take from the chat so that we honor the effort and time people have taken to send us the questions. We honor them, and then after that we'll open the chat for questions, and we will finish at in another 15 minutes because I have vibe shift class. Okay, all right. I got to sit in nature, birds, trees, reached home safely. Good. Now I feel like we are friends and we are not, I'm not just a pest dispenser for answers. Now we are connected. Now let's begin. Okay. So please take your notebook and pen and keep it ready for notes. I will answer every question in a way that applies to everybody. So even if it's not the question you asked, just pay attention to the answers because it's going to be something important for you to know in your life. So if you have your notebook and pen ready, just type ready in the chat and we will get started. Fatima says Friday, same time every week. I didn't know. Yeah, it's been going on since I think this must be maybe what 7, 8 weeks now. We've been doing this, maybe more, maybe 10 weeks. 6:30 to about 6:56 Indian Standard Time. Okay. All right. Cool. Awesome. Are you ready? If you're ready, just type ready. Okay. Hopefully somebody is ready. I'll wait for one ready before we start. Ready? Okay, ready. Good. So let's take the first question. Again, I'll answer it in a way that applies to everyone. So the question says, how to heal a health issue which is inborn or by birth. So, how do you heal a health issue which is by birth? So, the answer here is how you would heal just the same way you would heal a health issue that you developed over your life. It's the same way you will heal a health issue that you were born with. Basically, I would, if I was you, for any desire, I would live, imagine my life far beyond the desired state. Always look at life beyond the goal. So I would imagine myself doing things that I would have otherwise not been able to do for whatever reason. Doing things where you're actually living life fully, with the senses working, with the part of your body working, with whatever the thing is working, you're enjoying your life, and it is well in the future. It's not something immediate. It's not the first day of your manifestation. It's life post your manifestation. Because if we focus only on what we want to create, for some people there's so many negative beliefs and so much resistance, and not possible, not possible, will it be possible, how will it be possible, am I worthy, ding ding ding, so much stuff connected to just the moment of manifestation, that there's too much resistance. So you're not open to actually receiving this thing. But if you go beyond the manifestation, so you're talking about life after that, far beyond the that instant moment, you're going to life there. Then what happens is your energy is more open, you're more open to feeling those moments, more open to sensing those moments. The energy is a lot more open there. What happens is then there might be medical progress that might come. You might end up getting some sort of money that can help you with a certain treatment, or maybe your own body will start producing the different nerves, cells, muscles, tissues that would help the development of that part of the body, because you're living beyond the the goal, not just focused on the goal itself. So start imagining a life beyond the goal. Did that help anybody? If that helped anyone, just type helped. Again, this is my intention is to give as much as I can every Friday for you guys, and my goal is, of course, to just give. It really, for me, it's all about giving. But if you, it would be nice if people actually took notes and started practicing. Okay, so if you're going to practice, just type I will practice. Let's take another. Let's take it. Thank you, Dr. Sharma. Let's take another question. Okay. Questioner says how to manifest a baby when you get negative test, how to surrender and let go. So what I just answered right now about always focus on life beyond the goal, because if you only focus on the goal itself, which is the positive test, or how will I get that baby, then you will start getting a lot, or how will I get that manifestation. Sometimes there's so much attachment to the result that fear starts developing as you get closer to the timeline that you have defined. If you get too attached to the goal at the moment, like that positive test, then every time you get a period, you start going down the spiral and getting really upset. So I always look at life beyond the goal, which means how would it feel like to be running around with this kid? How would it feel like to be, what would I be wearing? Where would we go? What's the travel? What's my kid's hairstyle? What kind of clothes am I shopping for? When you go to the store next time, look for the clothes you'll buy for the kid. So you're living already far. I was giving this example I was asking Ashrit. So I don't know if you guys know about Ashrit, but they're like the Indian version of Abraham Hicks, right? So this lady Arpita and her colleague Raja, they are not like personal development coaches. They are curtain salesmen. They sell curtains. They have a curtain company. But Arpita can somehow channel this energy, just like Esther Hicks can channel the energy of Abraham. Now, it's not my field at all. I don't know much about channeling. It's just that whatever guidance they give me works. So I just follow their guidance. Same with Abraham. I love listening to Abraham. Whatever they've asked us to do works. So I just follow blindly in that case. So I had asked Ashrit, I said, Ashrit, I want to give a speech in front of, in an arena, in like an amphitheater, like a Roman style amphitheater. I want to speak to 300,000 people. So what do I need to be doing in order to create that experience? And they told me, prepare your speech, work on your speech, because now you're in preparation for an experience. This means you're already in the end experience. You're not, how do I manifest, how do I know. We're not in that energy anymore. We are in the I'm preparing for this experience energy. So another one I asked him, I said, Ashrit, I'm moving to, I want to buy a new house this summer. I want to move to the city. That dream is no longer a dream anymore. I dropped it because I recognized that I wanted to stay in the village only. I didn't want to go to the city. But at the time, it was a dream. And I asked them, how do I manifest this? This house? And they said, financially, do you feel you can do it? I was like, yeah, yeah, money is easy. Money is easy. In my head, money is a very easy thing. I have very little resistance around it because I worked my butt off to get to that state of mental state of feeling money is easy. I worked on it for years, my money energy. So I understand this part is done. But how do I make sure I get the right house? How do I, make sure that it manifests? And they said, start shopping for the house. Start shopping for the house. So now you're just already living. When you are shopping for the house, you're already in the assumption that the house is my next logical step, or that speech is my next logical step. You're not in the state of how will I one day do. No, I already know. I'm just shopping for the house. So it becomes very close to the goal. You're vibrationally close to the goal when you're shopping for the house, when you're shopping for clothes for your baby, or you're shopping for, or you're looking at like schools for your kid, or you're already living far beyond the goal, will help you get move through all these stages. It's like if you want to get a job, you're living far beyond that interview or that offer letter. You're living, okay, how am I shopping for the clothes I'm wearing for my corporate meeting, or what clothes am I wearing for this dandiya night that we will have at my company. You're already living in that in the moment of preparing for those events that you know for a fact are going to happen in your life. Is that making sense to anyone? If it's making sense, just type making sense. Yes. Is it making sense? Isn't necessarily to keep your vibration all high all the time. If you're a robot, you can keep your vibration high all the time. Or if you're lying through your teeth and telling people that I never feel pain, if you're human and not a robot, you're going to feel pain. It is totally okay to fall off the wagon. Totally okay to feel pain. Totally okay to feel anger. Totally okay to feel any negative emotion, because negative emotion is not bad. It's just a reflection state. It's just telling you that the perspective you're taking to this moment is not correct. It's not in alignment with your spirit. Your spirit has a better way of looking at the situation. So when you take a point of view that feels good about the situation, you feel great. That means that that feeling is a reflection that the thought I'm taking towards the situation is actually in alignment with my spirit. If I feel bad, it's showing me that the thought I'm taking towards the situation is not the actual truth. That's all it is. So if that's all it is, it's just an indicator. It's just a showing us whether our thoughts are in alignment with our spirit or not. How is it a bad thing? It's just a compass, right? So it's okay if you fall off and you go a little to the left. Have you ever been on Google Maps? Sometimes you take a wrong turn. Google Maps says it goes to take the next right to connect. That's all it is, right? That's all emotions are. So it's totally okay if your tudung goes inside and says, okay, you're in the wrong space now. Let's neutralize, let's come to calm, let's build our way back to the right direction. You don't have to go from pain to positive thinking. I'm doing a whole class on this tomorrow. Hopefully all of you know. If you don't know, I'm doing a free class called How to Change Your Life in Less Than 6 months, without 5 a.m. rituals, without forcing yourself to be positive, which is what the questioner said here. Should we be in high vibration all the time? How? Why? You're human. There's a guidance system. How will you be unless like take some machine, go to a surgery and like take away the human part, the emotional part of your brain? No, you're going to feel pain. Please register for that class. My team has put the link here. It is free. If you're a serious seeker, you will come because it teaches you the entire A to Z of the way of life, the lifestyle that we can live to be able to neutralize pain, from pain to peace, and build ourselves from peace to a better feeling us and a better feeling life. You're learning how to make that your lifestyle, how to be consistent with it. You're also going to learn how to change people and situations without forcing anything outside of you, without nagging them, without forcing them, without manipulating them to change. How they change just by you changing your energy. That's basically the answer to life itself. If that's what you want, go register. It's a free class. We give out one major class every year, and tomorrow we have this class. So go and check that out. Okay, so hopefully I answered that question. If we have to be in high vibes, no. You don't have to always be. You can, when you notice that you've gone off, just neutralize, come back, be present, observe your emotions, breathe, embrace them, embrace the moment, come back into the flow of life, and then slowly build yourself back up to a better feeling state. You don't have to be up there, you just slowly move yourself. Okay. All right. If that was helpful to anybody, if that like reduce some pressure on you, just type helpful. Let's go to the next question. This question I think I already answered last time, so I'm just going to delete it. Okay. Next one. How do we attract a relationship and financial abundance with low self worth and past trauma? Low self worth and past trauma. So, just for context, you don't need to have high self worth or be healed in order to manifest something. Okay, you can still manifest it. Only thing is, when you do get the relationship or you do get that financial abundance, your lack of self worth and your traumas might show up in front of you now and then because you live with them. So even if you get money and you get love, it's not going to magically remove your sense of low self worth, and it's not going to magically remove your traumas. But it, of course, love from outside and money can help you feel somewhat stable to start doing your work, but you don't need to do it immediately in order to manifest. You don't need to heal in order to manifest. We're just healing so that our bounce back is faster and so that we don't keep manifesting the same patterns again and again. So, because of this, let me answer the thing of how do I actually improve my self worth, which is something you will eventually have to do in your life anyway. And how do I manifest, attract a relationship of financial abundance? Let those be two different topics. So don't connect the two. Don't say that because I passed trauma, I cannot manifest. No, you can still manifest. Because I have low self worth, I cannot manifest. No, you can still manifest. So you focus on your abundance and your manifest, your health, sorry, your abundance and your relationship. Focus on that separately. Focus on your self worth and healing separately. Okay, so don't connect the two. Having said that, how to attract a relationship, my most of you may hopefully know my advice is I don't teach how to attract one. I talk about nature. Nature is simple. You don't have to attract air or you don't have to attract your body digesting your food. This is part of the natural flow of nature. And so, what is naturally flowing, what we naturally need, will come to us if you don't stand in the way of it. Essentially, it's how I believe things are very organic, especially relationships are very organic experience in our life. Someone is bound to come in your experience. Only thing is, are you allowing that experience or are you still delaying it by not being fully ready to receive that experience? So I would argue that you don't need to attract a relationship. A relationship is organic, it's going to come in your life anyway. The thing is, am I ready to receive that relationship or not? Which means, do I feel safe in a relationship? Do I feel like I can actually enjoy this relationship, or do I have negative beliefs about this relationship where that negative belief in me that's saying it's not safe to be in a marriage because someone can cheat on you, because they can be not nice to you, maybe they'll turn out to be gay, I don't know, maybe my in-laws will be terrible to me. So some part of you that's not ready for a relationship is not allowing it. But relationships otherwise are organic, so you don't attract them, they will come anyway. You just have to be open to receiving one or not. Same thing with financial abundance. Financial abundance is also organic. It's a flow of nature, just like oxygen. It is always there. It's like radio waves, always there. Every frequency where there's a radio playing is there right now. Just because you are not tuned in to the radio station doesn't mean that someone is not listening to 91.9 FM right now. They're listening because they're tuning in by their radio. You just need to tune in. So, same thing, financial abundance is a natural flow. It's like an oxygen, it will come anyway. Now, how much you open yourself up to receiving is up to you. This is where, if you are not ready to receive because you have ideas like, I have not done enough, now that part of you is not ready to receive. You have ideas like, if I get more money, I'll have less time. That part of you is not ready to receive. You have ideas like, I have to work hard or really push myself in order to earn. That part of you is not ready to receive. So that's why you need to just look at what parts of you are not ready to receive and get them out of the way. Start pivoting the way you believe, or how worthy you feel of the money, how much money you're open to, uh, how safe you can feel in a relationship. For example, there's a lady who came one-to-one session, and she said she wanted to attract a marriage. She's in her 40s. So I told her, I said, oh, you now have the best guys. Now you're in your 40s, so now you're getting the best pool of guys. She's like, what do you mean? I said, the guys in the 40s now, they're settled, they're done with all their impulsive phases, they've got a savings, they've more settled in life. They are now looking for depth of experience and travel and going deeper with a relationship. So you got the best lot of guys, and that's it. She didn't need any more, because her whole belief was, oh, I'm in my 40s. If I attract a guy, that guy has to be flawed. He should be, he's probably a divorcee, or he's probably something is mentally wrong with him. So I get the worst guy. No, but I gave her a different idea. I said, no, you get guys who are now really, really ripe and ready for the most beautiful relationships. That's what you get. So that's it. Broken idea. That means now she's ready to receive that that marriage, or whatever you're creating. So you need to think in that way. You need to see evidence of things that will help you open up and receive more of what you're asking for. Is that helpful to anybody? If that's helpful, just type helpful. Okay, I'll take one more from here. How to inculcate good habits in our teens nowadays? This is a good question. In fact, I did a video on the best. I have Vibe Shift session now, and next month we have the very last batch of Vibe Shift ever. Last batch. No more MMMC. No more Vibe Shift. Over. Last batch. August 1st to August 30th. And so to show you what is possible in 1 month of Vibe Shift, and also to those who are wanting to come for daily sessions of Vibe Shift, I wanted to show these success stories. And there was this mother, one success story where it was the same thing. So many of my students who have teen kids, they're pushing their children. Why are they not studying? Getting annoyed that they're not studying, or they're on their phone, or they're doing this, they're doing that, and they're not focused. And resist, 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 resist. What you resist is what will persist. Like, it's a vibrational universe. So eventually, what happened is she decided to appreciate her daughter. And I have made a video. When it comes out on the end of this month, you can check out that how she did it. So she started appreciating what is nice about her daughter, what her daughter is doing well, the potential that her daughter has, just really loving her daughter in every way, every form, building such a loving vibration around her child. And her child automatically starts reflecting this energy, because everything reflects your emotions and your energy about your kids or about any area of life. So she started feeling loving energy towards her child, instead of focusing on criticizing her for not doing this and not doing that. The child starts bouncing off this energy, because every subconscious communication. And the child now starts coming to her and asking her to explain more about law of attraction and meditation and eating healthy and all of these good habits that her mom wanted her to have. Because initially she would be in this resistant lax state. I have to go for class now, so I'm going to go real quick. Remember, tomorrow we have class, a 3-hour webinar. It's called How to Change Your Life in Less Than 6 Months. Please register. I look forward to seeing you. I'll just end with this statement. Before, she was nagging her child constantly to do the good habits and understand this. And her daughter would be, thanks, but no thanks. But then, after changing the vibration she was holding towards her daughter was able to vibrate in that frequency and be able to ask and behave in a better way. So it's not that you have to go through negative frustration emotions. Love can heal a lot of things. So if that was helpful to anyone, just type helpful. I've got to go to my Vibe Shift session now. Tomorrow we have webinar. Please come. I look forward to seeing you there. How to change your life in less than 6 months. Find out more information, and I will see you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next Friday on Instagram. Bye, everyone.